What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Lane and Trish. What's everybody up to this beautiful Saturday morning? So glad you guys could join us.
Yeah, so we are relaunching Real Talk Live with
Yep.
Lane and Trish. So
Yeah, we're excited.
we started this live show several months ago, last year
Yep.
actually, and did several episodes. Really loved it, had a lot of fun, but we've revamped everything. We're going to make it a little more casual and not just about real estate. So don't be confused and think this is just a real estate show because it's real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, it's real talk. I mean, it's business, it's life, everything in between. So we're
Yeah,
really excited
so
about
we're
the new
gonna we're gonna
format.
talk about all kinds of things going on in our lives. We're gonna talk about things going on in business.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about things going on in the beautiful cities that we're in.
In the
and
news,
things
in the
like
world,
that.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything going on in our world, in your world. We'll do Q&As sometimes. Sometimes we'll bring some guest
Yeah,
speakers
we'll have
on
some
with
great
us.
interviews.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna do it every Saturday morning. So we're glad you joined us for our first new episode,
Absolutely.
and I'm excited. What all are we going to talk about today? Why don't we
It's
start
been a
with,
busy,
let's
busy,
talk
busy
about
week.
what we've
So
been up to
yeah.
lately. So you had a
Well,
birthday
I
recently.
did. 42. I know that's crazy. I can't believe it. It's weird being 42. But yeah, we went up
I
to
wouldn't
Dallas.
know.
Went up to Dallas. Oh, come on, you only have a few more months and you'll be joining
We've
me.
got 3 months where
Yeah,
he's older than I
yeah,
am.
yeah. But yeah, we went to Dallas. It was a fun trip. Went up there for a great event, and yeah, got to hang out in Dallas. And gosh, it's just a beautiful city up there.
We
It's
don't go
crazy.
there enough.
Everything's
I
bigger and
know.
different and just amazing. So it's always a
Yeah, it was
fun
fun.
time.
So I actually got to catch up with my cousin Lillian. She lives in Dallas in the Highland Park
Yep.
area, and it was great catching up with her. It's crazy how we sometimes let life go by so fast without staying in touch with and face to face with the people we need to sometimes. But
Yeah, it
loved
is.
catching up with her, and we had lunch at a restaurant I'd never been to before. It
Yeah.
was Mi Cocina in Highland Park Village, and Mexican restaurant. It was awesome.
Yeah, we got to sit
We
outside.
waited about an hour and a half to sit outside because it was such a beautiful day that we couldn't pass it up and sit inside. So they only had like 4 or 5 tables outside, but waited like an hour and a half, got our outside table, and it was well worth it.
Yeah, it was a
But
beautiful day.
yeah,
Yep.
so but we enjoyed it. So
Great food.
great
Yeah, really
food,
great food.
great ambiance. Liked everything about it.
Yep.
It was interesting. It was a little different this birthday for you, right?
Yeah, it was. It was very different. I don't know if you guys saw about 4.5 months ago, I started the journey at least to quit drinking, and it's been an amazing experience actually. And so that I think that was my first birthday since I was 18 that I've abstained from alcohol. So it was very different, but good. You
Yeah,
know.
it was.
Yeah.
I know there's moments, and just so that you guys know too, I am on the journey with him. So
Yeah.
I think we are always stronger together. So we've both not been drinking, and when they bring those, you're sitting outside. Just picture it. They're sitting outside. You're San
That
Antonio. You're
ambiance.
gonna get this. It's beautiful outside. It's sunny. They bring those chips, and then they bring you that margarita menu, right? It's tough.
It's
It was
very
a
tough.
tough
I wanted a
moment,
margarita pretty bad.
but we made it work by ordering some Topo Chico, which got us through.
Yeah, it does a trick.
Sat there, and you know what? Afterwards, and it was one of those moments where you go, this wasn't so bad. In fact, it was really, really
It
nice.
was really good. We had to
And
drive home afterwards, so it was
yeah,
actually
the
pretty
5 hour drive
it wouldn't have been very
wouldn't
good
have
if
been
we were,
good
yeah,
drinking.
no,
But
not at all.
it was very interesting because you have those moments where you've made a decision to do something in life, and any journey you're on, whether it's in business or life, you're always going to have roadblocks. You're always going to have obstacles. There's always going to be hard moments. But the more you push through them, the more you stay consistent with what you're doing, the more you start seeing those results. And 4.5 months in, I mean, the results are crazy. It's crazy how much different I feel.
Yeah, way more energy, way more optimism, less anxiety and stress, sleeping better. So I mean, if you add all those things up, I mean, it's just really been a blessing to my life. So super
Yeah,
excited.
and it allows you to be more productive with your time. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is kind of like, how much do you have on your plate? How full is your plate? And
Yep.
it's no secret to everyone because we put it all over Facebook and social media and stuff that we keep our plates pretty full, and we do intentionally,
Yep.
because that's what works for us and that's what we like. But it's been very interesting to see how much more efficient we can be with what's on our plate and our time, the time we're spending on things when we feel better every day, and we don't ever have that having to overcome, not feeling
Yeah,
good
not feeling
and
well. So yeah,
not,
it's been
not
great.
being operating at 110%. And just so you guys know, I've got my phone here. I'm watching everybody on Facebook so I can see who else on here.
Yep.
And if you guys have comments or questions, shoot them in the comments here on Facebook. And that way we can chat and talk with you
Yeah,
guys
it's meant
about
to be
everything.
interactive. So share your thoughts. We'd love to talk with you.
Yeah. So what else? What else has been going on since
Gosh,
your birthday?
since my birthday, I guess
How's
last
42
weekend.
treating you so far?
Oh, so far so good. So far so good. Nothing's broken yet. So it's been good.
Oh, speaking of broken, the car.
Oh my goodness.
No, we've got a 2005 Escalade.
Yeah,
It is
it's a dinosaur.
part of the family.
Yep.
We bought it in 2005. Actually paid cash for it. It was a funny story because it was during the time when gas prices had gone over $4 a gallon. It was
Over 5 for a little
almost
bit.
five,
Yeah.
just over 5 for a little bit. And we were able to buy a 3-year-old Escalade
For like half of what the market value
for a
was.
fraction of what it should have
Yeah,
been.
so-
Paid cash for it, and that was in 2008. So we've had it
2008.
11 years,
Yeah.
and have had to do very, very little to it over.
Yeah, it's going on
the
15
past-
years old, so it's time
Yeah.
to start working on it. a
But
little
we
bit.
took it
It's been a
in
great truck.
while we dropped it off while we were going to Dallas, and left it at Premier One Auto Care on 281. Love those guys, by the
Yeah,
way.
they're
So
awesome. They
huge
do
shout
great
out to
work,
them.
great service.
281 near Thousand Oaks, can't miss it. But got the brakes completely redone, needed new rotors, got an oil change this week, so it's up and running. That was it. Like literally, it's good to go for
It's
another.
good to go for another
who knows?
40,000 miles.
Another few years. It's getting up there in miles. How many miles does it have?
161.3 right now. So it's
61.
it's
We're
getting
gonna
up
drive
there.
it till the wheels literally
Yeah.
fall off.
Well, I've seen some of those trucks. They're like they just keep going. With the 6.0 Vortec, I mean, it'll go till 300,000 miles. They just keep maintaining it. Yep.
That's what you got to do with everything in life, though, right? You got to maintain things. You got to keep everything running smoothly in your
Try.
life and your vehicles, everything. So in your
Yep.
diet,
Mhm.
diet, keto.
Keto.
Y'all
keto.
watch our keto stuff. I see you out there watching our
Yep.
food. You know you like it. I know everyone jokes on people that post food all day, every day, but
Yeah, it's more of a lifestyle though.
part
I
of
mean,
what we do.
Yeah, it works. It works if you.
But
work it.
we found our saving grace in the keto world lately, which was a 0-carb bread, and we've given it a very, very thorough
Yep.
test run to see how it affects everything with knocking us out of ketosis and that stuff. We have tried everything.
It's been
It's
great. I
been
mean,
great.
it's
It's been
non-GMO
great.
and it has a ton of fiber.
I've
so
actually
it's,
seen
more
more
weight
weight
loss.
loss over
Yep.
the last few weeks than I had been the several weeks before that. So I guess we get to eat bread now again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a weird feeling. I feel like I'm not on. I feel like I'm not depriving myself of anything on the diet,
And I
which
guess
is pretty
since,
cool.
Since we started this keto, thing, I'm down about 30 pounds, and I know you're down about the
It's
same.
about 25,
25,
yeah,
30,
somewhere
yeah.
right in there. So
So it
ways to
definitely
go.
works.
But yeah, it's a process.
Yep.
It's just a lifestyle. It's not like it's a diet we're doing and then we're gonna stop and switch to something else. It just really is a change in
But
how
we really do try to do a healthier version of the keto though. We have we still include a lot of vegetables and healthier
veggies.
organic
Love my
stuff,
veggies.
organic meats, grass fed stuff. So it's not just eating fast food burgers like you see a lot, but it works.
Can't do that. Can't do that. What else? Anything else going on in the world?
Gosh, I got some really good CBD the other day. It's really awesome. I don't know how many of you guys have taken CBD before, but it works. I mean, I suffer from a lot of anxiety and stress and just sleep problems and things like that, and it's really been instrumental in just helping me get better sleep, having less stress, and just less stress at work and everything else. So we went by Alamo Botanicals over
Yeah,
here.
Alamo Botanicals. It's in Stone Oak. It's actually right on Stone Oak at the Hebner intersection. A good friend of ours and her husband own the shop, Nancy and David. And in fact, Nancy's a client of ours. We have helped her with
Multiple
I
transactions,
think
yeah.
4 real estate transactions, and that's how our relationship started.
Yep.
But they opened up their CBD shop there, Alamo Botanicals on Stone Oak, and it actually got rated the best #1 CBD shop in all of San Antonio. So kudos to them,
Yeah, it's
and
an awesome
love
place.
supporting local business. So that's where we get our CBD. You know what? I'm not on the fence about CBD in general because I've seen what it does. I don't know if I need it. And not everyone needs it. That's the thing. Or I don't know. I haven't figured out where my right ratio is with it and what works
makes
best
you
for
tired?
me. I don't have any sleep problems. I could any time of the day or night
Yep.
I'm like a dog. A
Narco
dog. I
sleeping.
close my eyes and I'm
You just
asleep,
pass out.
right?
Yeah.
Like instantly. And also, yeah, I can get up when I need to get up. I can sleep when I need to sleep. And I don't really have any anxiety issues or anything like that. So I have noticed taking it that it does help my overall stress levels, which doing as much stuff as we do, stress can rear its head a lot. So
Absolutely.
I definitely noticed it, that it helps me with the stress and stuff like that. But I definitely don't need any help when it comes to sleeping.
Which is a good thing.
I,
We had a great team
I love my
meeting
sleep.
Tuesday as well.
Yeah, we're growing. So ZNR Realty, we're growing. We're going to be statewide. We're already in multiple markets. We've got a
Yep.
team of agents here in San Antonio. We've got agents in Austin. Our next market looks
Dallas.
like it probably
Yep.
will be
Should be
Dallas
opening
too.
very
We're in the
soon.
process
Yep.
of that. So, and then Houston and Corpus, you're on deck. So stay tuned for that. But it's real exciting. Being back independent again
Back to
has
green.
proven to be our fit. So you got to find your fit in life and in business, and we're real happy with how everything's going right now, and
Yep.
our ability to expand where we want and how we want and provide what we want, for the agents and
Right.
things like that. So
And we're offering something totally unique and different in the marketplace, which is pretty awesome.
yep, it's exciting. We're excited about it. Let me jump on here too and see. We've got a lot of you guys on, so good morning, everyone. I see y'all. But
Morning,
yeah,
everybody.
so comment again. I've got the comments here, so say hi. Let us know you're on here and that you're listening. Let us know you can hear us too. I guess we should have checked that in the beginning. Hopefully y'all can hear us. Give us some thumbs
Give us a
up,
thumbs up
if you can hear us right now for our sound confirmation. But like I talked about or mentioned, having a lot on your plate. So, and I'm not necessarily talking about having too much on your plate, because there is a difference between having a lot on your plate and having too much. And I think it really comes down to each individual person as far as what works best for you and how you structure your life. Some people do better just being really, really focused on one thing.
Yeah, some people, like Gary Vee was saying the other day. Some
Yeah,
people
in
can
fact,
go
I wrote it.
yeah.
I loved actually how he put it. So he said, being multidimensional first starts with self-awareness. You might just be
Right.
really, actually going super deep. You may be good on going super deep on one thing, or you may be awesome at doing 4 to 5 things. And again, it's a self-awareness thing. You have to figure out what works for you, because again, everyone is different in
Absolutely.
how that's going to work and how that's going to play out in your life. And some people will try to do too many things, and they end up tired, or they end up late to everything they're doing because they can't finish out what they're doing and get to what they're doing next, or or they find out that some of the things they're doing, they're doing all of these things, but yet they're still unfulfilled. So I think it's finding that balance of how much you can put on your plate, and making sure that you're focusing on the things that actually that you believe in, and that actually, have purpose for you and for your life, and align with your big goals and your big whys.
Well, that's very true. I mean, everybody's completely different on that. It's like if you have a lot of fear about doing multiple things, then maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe that's just not in your wheelhouse. But if it's like, I know for me personally, it's like my best work is when I have a little bit of chaos in my life. Like if I don't have multiple things I'm doing in business and in life, I just tend to get bored, and then I'm not productive at anything. And so I have to have a lot on my plate just to keep me on a straight line, basically. And so
Well, and I think with that is, and we're not necessarily talking about having completely different things you're doing. For some people, that is what works. And like, we do several different things, but it could also just be in your one thing you do, having several areas of stuff that you do within there. And I think for the longest time, over the last so many years, it was all about the hustle. It was, wake up early, grind, hustle,
Yep.
work till you can't work anymore, burn the midnight oil, do all this. And I've liked that we've been able to shift, and that a lot of the shift is going these days to where leverage is the new hustle,
Absolutely.
So figuring out ways you can leverage systems and tools and other people and delegate things, so that you can do more and you
So you have
can
more
be
time.
more
You have
productive.
more time
You
freedom.
get more of your time back, while still accomplishing the same amount, if not more.
I mean, hustle's great. Don't get us wrong, but I mean that it'll kill you if you just keep going every single day, grind, 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 not paying attention to your health or your fitness or anything else, and just never giving yourself any time. Just like you time. That'll kill you. That'll kill you really
Well,
quick.
and I think too, having you time and your fitness and things like that, that can be that's one of the things on your plate for a lot of people. So it's not just business things we're talking about, but
Right.
everyone's got different things on their plate as far as what's important to them. And we all have the same amount of time in a day. We have 1,440 minutes in a day, and we all choose to use those minutes based off what's most important to us.
Yeah, certainly.
And so for some people, fitness is a big thing on their plate, and their career is a big thing on their plate. And maybe a side career, and a side hustle, a side business is something that they like doing because they're passionate about it, or they feel it's something that they can, leave their footprint, make an impact on the world through that opportunity. And we take all these different things and put them all together, and then we go, okay, how do I allocate my time, and how do I allocate my resources and my energy to accomplish all these things? Kids, sports games, for some of you, sports in general is, and
Yeah.
for us, it's not, but if that's something that you like and you enjoy, you make time for it,
Make time for it.
where if you don't, which I guess, we're fortunate that both of us, it's not that we don't like sports, but it was never a thing that we chose to spend a whole lot of time on. And
Yep.
being that we've been together since he was 18 and I was 17, that's just kind of how we built
Long
our
time.
life. We take that time, like on Sundays. I know it's a big football, day or this season, right now, we spend our Sundays filming videos.
Making
That's like
videos.
our video day. So,
Yeah, that's our
we
strategy
yeah, we
day,
get
our
out,
video
we
days.
shoot things,
Yep.
on Saturdays and Sundays, and focus a lot on the media aspect of things that we do and things that we're doing. And that's how we enjoy spending our time on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I know for me, it's like I have to constantly sort of look at how I'm allocating my time. And I do a monthly, quarterly, and usually yearly audit of my time and just kind of see, what's actually providing value to me out of everything that I'm doing and what's not. And, obviously you have to give things some time to see if they're going to work or not work. And that's one of the things I like doing most is like, trying new models, trying new businesses and seeing just exactly what's going to be, beneficial for us overall. But that's one of the things that sort of led me to the decision to quit drinking is that I was looking at how much time, how much downtime I was spending, either recovering from drinking too much or just being in a funk and not being at a high level of productivity. And that's really how I came up with the decision not to drink. And gosh, I got to tell you, I mean, I have so much more time now. And I mean, I understand that, people drink and you can't avoid it. It's everywhere. And it's not going to be a perfect journey by any means, but it's definitely just been a true eye opener for me just to see how much more I can accomplish and how much more I can put on my plate now that
Well, and there's no denying in
yeah.
the real estate industry, there's events daily.
Nonstop.
Where alcohol is there, it's happy hours. It's we still host happy hours too. I mean, we've
Yep.
got a happy hour food drive event coming up on November 7th. Mark your calendars. It's not that we're against it. It just is something we evaluated our lives and went, that time can be better allocated. We will feel better. It will help with our overall well-being. And I'm excited to see how much farther we go over the next several years than we would have if we still spent, time and monergy. That's a new word.
Monergy.
Monergy.
I like
okay? So monergy.
Hashtag.
Figure out where you're spending your monergy, and then figure out how to change it.
Yeah, and I contemplated whether I was going to, kind of post things publicly about, that decision to quit drinking. And because I'm kind of a private person on a lot of things like that. But when it came down to it, I figured, if it could even help one person out there that's, struggling with this, and a lot of people are, you just don't know it. And if you could just help one person, it'd be worth it. So that's where I am on that.
Yeah, well, and there's a level of accountability when
Yeah.
we go on Facebook with you guys and share our lives with you and tell you what's going on, and if we've committed to something, it's having that level of accountability. It's something that helps you every single day. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and again, like it's like us being on here live with you right now. This is just something we wanted to do to get you to know us better. So, we post a lot of stuff online. We're private and public at the same time
Yeah.
because, you share online the things you want people to see. And, lots of times people post photos and they're edited, and we can't edit
Oh,
this.
we're
Videos that are
guilty of that
edited,
too.
yes, we get it. We do it. Everyone does it. But,
Yeah.
this is real. It's
This is
raw. There's
live.
no editing. And we'll probably have technical difficulties along the way at some
I'm
point.
sure we'll screw it up at some
We'll
point.
screw up. We'll laugh. You'll be right
Entertained.
there with us.
Entertained.
Yeah, we'll drop the ball, I'm sure, on some. And you know what? That's another thing too. Gary Vaynerchuk said, he's like, for people that like to have the chaos, and I guess that's something I like. I like the chaos, and not that it's chaos in a negative way, but it's constant action, and it's things going and happening. And
planned chaos.
if I'm doing a whole bunch of this, I don't want to get burnt out on just this and then not have anything. So you do a whole bunch of this right here, and then
Well,
to
like
not
you had
get
a
burnt
food
out.
analogy on
Well,
that.
to not get burnt
Yeah.
out, you do something else for a little while, and you're totally re-energized again to do this again. So to me, I think 3 to 4 things,
Yeah.
big things on my plate is where I'm comfortable. And Gary Vaynerchuk had said that if you're one of those people, and he said he was, that likes that chaos, you got to be willing to drop the ball sometimes. And what he meant by that was, if you're going to be trying new things and implementing new things, sometimes failure is part of that. And it's not that you want to be doing so many things that you're inefficient and you're dropping the ball because you're not able to accomplish things, but you have to be willing to try different things out and figure out where your fit is on those different things. Yeah, and food, I was
The
talking
food
about,
analogy
yeah,
of
so
that.
basically, and we've all been there. You sit down, you got an entire large pizza in front of you, and you can, you put down
Yeah.
several slices of pizza or the whole pizza. Some
I can
people
eat a
get-
whole pizza.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm so full.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see the cheesecake, and you're like, I think I've got enough room for cheesecake in there. So where you were so full, you were really just so full of pizza, but
Yeah, there's always room for more.
There's room
There
for
really
more
is.
if it's something different. Yeah, I mean, have you ever felt that way?
Absolutely. I mean, gosh, I weighed 270 pounds when I was 12, so I think I felt that way a few times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a whole different story.
That's a whole different story. But again, another
Yeah.
thing, consistency, persistence, pushing through.
Lost 120 pounds.
Yeah. So, but it's just one of those things. And then with some people, it's like their fit is better to just be really, really focused on one thing. And when I look at having multiple things that I'm doing, it's not that I'm multitasking, because I think multitasking
It's not real. Doesn't
doesn't
exist,
even really
Yeah.
exist. What has to happen in your brain for you to switch from one thing back and forth as you're trying to do multiple things is really inefficient. But it's being, focused with intensity on that one thing you're doing at that time, but having multiple things that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's what works.
Yeah. And
I'm lucky that that's what works for him too, because
Yeah.
that allows us the opportunity to, on a day-to-day basis, figure out, what it is we want to be spending our time on that day, what we're in the mood to do, and what we feel like we can be most productive with that day. So,
Well, in preparation for the show, I was watching some YouTube videos, and Travis T was sort of talking about, like, you can do a lot more things if you find things to kind of go up, to stack on top of other things you're doing. So with us, a lot of the businesses that we're involved with or that we own complement each other. So, like, obviously real estate and pools, they complement each other. And a lot of time we're involved with the travel company as well, and we do a lot of different things like that, and the coaching and the marketing and the media. I mean, that is pretty much what real estate is in the first place, is marketing and media.
Yeah,
so it all kind of works together, so it's kind of stacked.
yeah, you want to find things that that complement each other. They can be completely different industries and things like that, but to where you're able to somehow intertwine and merge different things that you're doing, whether it's through the contact lists you have or the relationships that you've built in one area that can benefit another area, and things like that. So obviously pools and houses, that's a match made in heaven. You're not going to build a pool
Yep.
in a yard without a house, right? So
Absolutely.
that goes hand in hand. And then we've just made some fantastic relationships over, the 17, 18 years we've been in the real estate industry. And we're able to take that and then,
Well, it's leverage. Goes back to
sometimes leverage
Yeah.
those relationships into different things that we're doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I've got to, so I want to hear from some of you guys. So in the comments, those of you who are watching, comment, tell me, either ask a question or tell me which one are you? Do you like to just have one thing? Or are you more of multi-dimensional when it comes to how you like to spend your
Your
day,
life
your
and your
life?
business.
Comment. I've got you. I can see your comments on here, so let me know. But then other than that, gosh, we've got some upcoming stuff. Mark your calendars for Monday. So this coming Monday, 2 p.m. Central, I'm going live with Karen Hirsch. She's a Blue Diamond ambassador with iBoomerang.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Met her only about 4 months ago. Incredible person. I'm super excited to go live with her and have her kind of tell us her story and go over some of that stuff because she's amazing. Her and her husband Peter have been blessings to having brought into our life.
Absolutely.
So that's another one thing too, that one of the biggest things I get out of exploring new opportunities or being parts of different companies or organizations or things like that is the relationships that we get out of it. So
Yep.
sometimes an opportunity may not, end up panning out, or in the long run may not be, something you stay with or do, but if you at least make sure during the time that you're taking advantage of an opportunity or exploring something, build relationships. In everything you do, focus on building relationships, because no matter where you go or what you do, people can't take those relationships away from you. So that's something that you can carry as long as you're nurturing them and you're doing your part to actually have a fruitful relationship with someone. That's a lifetime thing. That's something that's going to stick with you for a lifetime and take you different places. So
yeah, and her husband Peter, were instrumental in the entire formation of iBoomerang.
Yeah.
So they're up in Dallas, and so it's going to be we're really excited about that.
Yeah, we'll be up in Dallas a lot more, so I'm excited about
Absolutely.
that. We're going to be all over the place. You guys know that.
Yep.
And other than that, I mentioned the food drive, November 7th. It's at Grill 254. In fact, I've got my Grill 254
At La
pen, I
Cantera.
just noticed. At La Cantera, and we absolutely love the venue there. I don't know if y'all saw my live video there the other day, but it is breathtaking. So overlooks the golf course.
Yeah, really beautiful.
But everything's amazing there. So November 7th, we do a food drive every year. This is our 7th year to do it, and it's all benefiting the San Antonio Food Bank. So the more the merrier. Come out, bring your donations. Let's have a great time. And let's gather up as much as we can for the San Antonio Food Bank.
Everybody's welcome. Every brokerage out
Yeah,
there.
it's a free
everybody,
event.
General public.
Yeah, it is open to everyone. So
Yep.
free event, come join us. And then after that, we'll start planning our next event, which we do every year, which is our winter coat drive for Sand Ministries. So I guess I'm trying to. I guess if we're on about 7 years of each of these. So about 7 or 8 years ago,
Yep.
we decided to make charity and philanthropy one of the cornerstones of our business.
Yep.
And everything changed in our business when we did that. So finding
Really did.
ways that we could bring people together, and it's a win-win. We all get to have fun. We get to come together. We get to network, and but finding ways that we can be instrumental in bringing people together for a good cause. And I love it. It keeps us, part of the community.
Well, our philosophy is, if you're operating a business in a community, then you have a duty to give back to that community which you serve. So
Yep.
it's always been a key thing for us.
Yeah, definitely. So we enjoy it, but I'm blessed that we're in a position that we can do that. But we can't do it without
Absolutely.
all your help. So
Yep.
join us at our events, participate. Let's
group
do
effort.
everything we can, for all these charities and for a good cause. So well, I don't see any comments on right now.
Got anything else?
I don't.
Or are we done?
I don't. Well, actually, yeah. Before we see you guys again next week, we're gonna have Halloween. So we have yet to decide if we're gonna do anything for Halloween or dress
I'm
up.
gonna hide.
We've had some pretty fun costumes over the years.
Yeah, I've had some interesting costumes.
I have a feeling my costume this year is going to be pajamas at home.
Yeah, more than likely. Yep, it sounds
I
pretty
don't
good to
know.
me.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know we've already started seeing a lot of things online with you guys dressing up in your
Yep.
costumes and stuff. And I'd love to know. Put in the comments. What are you going to be this year? Who's dressing up? Have you already gone to Halloween events and dressed up? Share with us. Let us know. It's always a lot of fun to see everyone. So,
All right, is that our show?
That's it. That's
All
our
right.
show for today. So again, we're super glad you jumped on with us. We're going to be here every single Saturday, 11 a.m. Central. So
We'll be here.
mark your calendar for next week, and we look forward to seeing you guys.
All right, guys, like, share,
Bye.
subscribe, whatever the case may be. We'll see you on the next show.